From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. I'm D. Ray Knight. Leslie Lane is in for Amy Rose, and this is what's going on. A Rapid City man was arraigned this week on 3 felony charges related to a March shooting. Seton Long soldier is accused of robbing and shooting a man in the leg outside a business on La Crosse Street. He pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. Long Soldier remains in the Pennington County Jail in lieu of $10,000 cash-only bond. He could face up to 25 years in prison if convicted. Some South Dakotans may be able to receive money as part of a class action lawsuit. Leslie Lane explains. Leslie.
14,000 South Dakotans are eligible to receive checks this month as part of a multi-state settlement with Turbotax's owner Intuit. Attorney General Marty Jackley says all 50 states and the District of Columbia signed on to the $141 million nationwide agreement, which was announced last year. South Dakota's total from the settlement is $444,456.88. The amount each consumer receives will be based on the number of tax years for which they qualify. Most consumers are expected to receive between $29 and $30.
Austin Goss, a former reporter for Dakota News Now and KOTA, pleaded guilty yesterday to using Governor Kristi Noem's personal cell phone number to make a prank call in January. Goss used Noem's personal cell phone number through a website called prankdial.com to make a fake call to former South Dakota Republican legislator and former leader of the GOP, Dan Lederman. Goss's attorney said the prank was a practical joke between Goss and a friend. Goss was given a suspended imposition of sentence. He received a suspended 30-day jail sentence, 1-year probation, and a fine of $500. In national and international news, a jury has found Donald Trump liable for sexually abusing advice columnist E. Jean Carroll in 1996. Jurors awarded her $5 million in a judgment that could haunt the former president as he campaigns to regain the White House. The verdict was announced in a federal courtroom in New York City on the first day of deliberations. Jurors rejected Carroll's claim that she was raped, but found Trump liable for sexual abuse and for defaming Carroll after she made her allegations public. Trump chose not to attend the civil trial and was absent when the verdict was read. More bad news for your pocketbook as consumer prices are increasing. Leslie Lane has more.
After steadily declining for nearly a year, consumer price data to be released Wednesday will likely show that the U.S. inflation remains stubbornly high in April, a sign that it might be entering a newer, stickier phase. Consumer prices are forecast to have risen 0.4% from March to April, much faster than the 0.1% increase the previous month. Compared with a year earlier, prices are projected to have jumped 5% in April, the same year-over-year increase as in March. If the forecast proves accurate, it would be the first time that annual inflation didn't fall after 9 months of declines. Pricier gasoline, apartment rents, and possibly used cars are among the items that might have accelerated inflation last month.
U.S. Representative George Santos, who faced outrage and mockery over a litany of fabrications about his heritage, education, and professional pedigree, has now been charged with federal criminal offenses. The charges against Santos were filed in the Eastern District of New York. Santos says he hadn't been told about the charges, saying, "This is news to me." Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Mostly sunny with a chance of thunderstorms and a high of 78. Thunderstorms possible tonight with a low of 55. And that was your Daily Slice for Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Leslie Lane. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.